New moon blessing, my loves. Let's see what the collective has for the main story, creating the main... You almost forgot. I mean, it's not like I didn't do this before I sat down, so I'm doing all my other stuff before I do this, but still. It's always good to make sure you start with a fresh headspace. I don't smoke anymore, so I keep forgetting to get lighters when I go to the store. Alright. Now, let's see what the collective message is for the new moon. And we're going to do the 3D, 4D, 5D again with this today, and I'm going to add a magic spell card from the spell deck and a magic symbol card from the symbol deck at the end for a little extra if you wanted some focus on where to focus your magic this new moon. At least what the cards say, right? Alright, we've got Cancer. We've got Venus. And we got 4. And 4 is all about foundations and stability, you know what I'm saying? It's, I don't know. I guess it's like 4 weeks in a month, and it takes about a month to really establish a solid pattern. Right? A routine, right? The circle, right? Definitely dealing with a lot of masculine energy this moon. Right, we have the moon here, definitely a lot of secrets and things being kept from people, things that are hidden of that type of energy. There's definitely someone who might be needing to be cut off and a decision that needs to be made about that, because there is a big crossroads that this person is coming to, or whoever the energy that we're picking up on. Let's see what we got. Crystal focus, a needing to focus, right? And focus on focusing, right? I like crystal focus. One of my favorite ways to describe it is figuring out your own frequency and focusing it and fine-tuning it, right? It's like everybody knows certain sounds that bother you and certain sounds that might soothe you, right? So it's this whole... yeah, the energy. Be your own crystal. You don't have to try to be anything else. And understand that crystals form under immense amounts of pressure, right? I mean, diamonds are formed one of 2 ways, right? They're either crushed into the ground really, really far and you have to dig really, really deep to get them. Or when there's minor explosions from volcanoes underground, the rocks are like shot through the earth really fast and they burn up. Or you could compress them in a coal in a machine, but it takes an extraordinary amount of pressure in order to crush coal into a diamond, right? Same thing. What is it? Citrine. Citrine is an orange crystal, but then when it is superheated, it becomes amethyst. Here we go. Peaceful among the thorns. Is this me? This is definitely dealing with somebody who is in the energy of they have been doing things to keep the peace, and now they are becoming disassociated with themselves because they are not happy about what they're doing, right? They're trying to be, yeah. Yep. Once you become amethyst, you can't go back to being a citrine. Makes sense? Oh, it's a big deck. Sorry. I haven't shuffled one of the big decks since I hurt my hand. Yeah, yo, my dog's got into a fight. I got my hand all chewed up. I got it back going again, but in a while. I've been crocheting to try to get back some better dexterity as like physical therapy for it right now. crazy. Alright, we're going to do 3D, 4D, 5D. If you are new here, 3D, 4D, 5D. 3D is the basic 3D. Take things into perception of what? It's the difference between how people talk to each other on social media, but then when they see each other in public, they act differently. But then when they're talking to each other in their phones, they're acting a little differently. It's those different types of levels. This 3D is the most basic. What rumors, assumptions, social media, things like that might be assuming about it, that kind of energy. That's the most basic 3D, what's happening in the actual physical form, you know, as well. The 4D is more the telepathic communication. That's the behind the scenes, the conversations, private conversations people don't know about. More detail, in depth for the emotional part of that and the mental connection that happens with that. 5D is the 5D's view on what's going on, your higher selves. I don't know why I'm picking up the energy of this, well, I don't know why, I'll tell you why in a little bit, but I'm definitely picking up the energy of this person believes that fate is cruel. You know what, I do want to use the steampunk. I got, my niece has an awesome steampunk deck that we got from Borders. If you guys want to know where to get tarot cards, we can actually go and look at them and read the boxes and stuff. And be able to walk out with them that day and not have to wait. Borders, Barnes & Noble. Alright, can't really shuffle this deck. Alright, we got a Page of Swords and a Hierophant here. So a Page of Swords could be a young person that has a really sharp words. There's definitely a Hierophant here. Someone, I feel like, is taking care of children. There's definitely a Two of Cups love connection. Like, this is all apparent on the 3D as well. Alright, what else we got going on here? Eight of Cups. There we go. There's something that needs to be moved on from. And that should be enough. So there's like this apparent connection going on. Picking up that there's definitely a Page of Swords. I've got a young female that might have a very sharp tongue here on the 3D for sure. There's definitely an older gentleman, probably somebody with children here, a Hierophant, right? Someone who isn't afraid of being, you know, in hermit mode. They like to go within. They like to be retrospective and things of that nature. There is a very, very strong Two of Cups soul connection at play here. Energies have already been intertwined to the point that they do affect the 3D and are obvious on the 3D, right? There's an Eight of Cups. There's using, and I'm getting using ingenuity, especially since we picked the steampunk deck for this. Using ingenuity and calculating how to move on from a situation, right? How to move on from the past, how to get past the situation. There's definitely a lot of calculating and equations and planning going on here. In the end here, there is a Fool's Leap, right? A Fool's Leap, and you've got a King and Queen of Pentacles together, right? So when it comes to the 3D, it's kind of like keep going. Right? It would seem like a fool's leap to bring a king and a queen of pentacles together. That sounds awfully silly, doesn't it? Can't calculate it. I think that's what the problem is there. All right. What's going on the 4D? No wonder Cancer came up. This is some emotional shit, y'all. I'm not going to lie. This is some emotional stuff, right? What's going on the 4D is what? There is tons and tons of love here. I've got the Ace of Cups as the first card on the 4D. So there's nothing but love going on in the telepathic connections, right? Nobody's mad at each other. This is tons of love energy. And I definitely and especially love the fact that this Ace of Cups is sitting in a nest, right? I just got this deck. Well, no, I didn't just get this deck. I got this deck for my mother, but she left it in a box, taped in a window to cover a hole in the air conditioning that put in the window. And she left it there for me to find when we moved, so. But that's besides the point. Sorry, that's a bummy story, isn't it? Anyway, so here's the Cup of Love in the nest. Look with all the little babies there. Isn't that so cute? Right? Fountain of Love. Ever-flowing waterfall. Two of Cups. Okay, the dragons, just the universe is filling the 2 cups, right? They're each holding a cup together, and the universe has the other cup, and it's just pouring love into this connection. Right? We got the 6 of Pentacles. I get a lot of karmic balance coming in, right? I definitely said in the beginning this person feels like fate has played, like he's got a cruel fate. They got a cruel fate going on. But the 4D is like, I don't know, I'm getting a kind of sense of they don't understand. Someone doesn't understand why they are deserving of it, right? Still with that? They don't feel like they're deserving. And that brings them the 9 of Swords, right? It brings them the 9 of Swords. Look, it's almost the same dude, right? It's the same exact old man. This could definitely be an older gentleman that we're dealing with here. An old man. And I feel like an older gentleman that's dealing with old age as well, right? That what men deal with. Like women, we complain about our bodies sagging. Men's bodies sag too. You know what I'm saying? Their weight goes up and down too. They tend to lose their hair. It's crazy, right? They go through a lot themselves. They turn gray too. Everybody gets wrinkles. Everybody gets old, escaping old age, right? But I feel like this person looks back on their past and they don't see how they've earned any of this, right? They don't feel like they've earned love. And that's a very self-sabotaging idea to be in, right? So they're sending tons of love to this other person. This other person's just sending tons of love back, and they don't understand why the person's sending love back. But that's okay, because what? The Queen of Pentacles understands what investing means, right? What it means to invest in a person, right? What it means to invest in a situation, into an opportunity, right? The Queen of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles is the routine guy, right? He's the routine guy. He's the guy that, you know, makes sure everything keeps going. He's got the alarms. He's got, you know, whatever. He's more into the budget and shit like that, right? Things of that nature. But she's the one that knows how to invest in things, right? She's the one who uses her intuition, because it's a feminine energy, to create, right? So it's a little bit more planning. It's not as certain, right? Queen of Pentacles, best way I can describe it, what? Queen of Pentacles are like waitresses and bartenders and things like that, right? They can, it's not guaranteed money, but it is guaranteed money, right? If you're good at it, then you can make more money doing that, making tips, than you do with a regular paycheck 9-to-5 job, right? That's the kind of things, that's the innovation that a Queen of Pentacles will go with, right? If she's a woman who works a 9 to 5, she's going to have side hustles and things of that nature going on as well. So that's why she doesn't mind distributing resources, right? Why? Because it's all out of love. All out of love. It's the 1-4 3-way. That sounded bad. Let's not say that again. No. I don't know. It's up to you. You guys do what you want to do in your lives. I'm an Aries. We don't share well with others. We got a reverse 7 of Swords here. And we've got a 10 of Swords right after it. And this is where I get, so, air, right? It's air. It's all thoughts and words, but still, this is still swords, right? So this is the 7 of Swords, right? What? There is a lie. There's a lie. And that is what's causing the entrapment, right? Usually the 10 of Swords is like all the locked in swords and things like that. That's what's causing that imprisonment. That's what's causing the blockages with the 9 of Swords is causing a blockage, right? The fact that you believe that you're ill-fated will lead you on an ill-fated timeline, right? Alright. You're not on an ill-fated timeline. Right? You're not on an ill-fated timeline. No one is. It's your choice. It is. This is okay. So here we go. And I've gotten on this before. You can take your readings, especially if they're resonating, one of 2 ways. If you're coming to tarot, chances are you're already struggling with an issue, or you're dealing with someone who is struggling with these issues, right? And if you want that timeline to change, you have to break some patterns, okay? Hoggle. I lied. I told her I was going to take her back to the beginning of the labyrinth. So how do I know if you're lying to me, if you're lying to him, Hoggle? Is that what's happened? Is that what happened? Because you know what's funny about this Fate card? This is the scene where Jareth is in the tunnel, where he busts Hoggle on his little deceptions and things like that, right? And gets on him for having the tacky bracelet and all that other shit. And then he turns around, he looks at the clock, and he turns the time back, and it's not fair, it's not fair, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, right? Hoggle's problem is every reaction he has is a fear-based reaction. He reacts out of fear to everything, and his whole storyline and character development in the movie is getting over fear, right? At the end of the movie, Hoggle has to stop avoiding the fight, right? What does he do? He ends up showing up just when they need him. He knows because he's smart, and he knows the labyrinth better than anybody else, because that's been his job, is to maintain it, right? He knows the robot, right? He knows the big bad bully robot that's about to come out, and he jumps down, he rips the helmet off, and he throws the little fucker out the top, and he takes control of the robot, and he manages to open the doors, right? Sometimes you can't avoid conflict. Sometimes you can. But you can't avoid it just out of fear, because that's where guilt comes from. If you avoid a situation out of fear, that's just where guilt comes from, because you feel like you should have done something, you could have done something, and you know what? Maybe you could have. Alright. Let's get a magic card. Right now, the big message for whoever this is resonating with or dealing with this is peaceful among the thorns only lasts so long. You will start to forget who you are. You will become nothing but the people pleaser. your whole life will be about pleasing other people, and you'll put yourself so far on the back burner that you'll forget who you are in the end. All right. New moon candle consecration. If you are looking for love, perform this rite and you will soon find a lover to satisfy your needs. On the night of the next new moon, take 2 pieces of rose quartz and place them on the floor in the center of your bedroom. Light 2 red candles and use this affirming chant. Beautiful crystal, I hold this night. Flame with love for my delight. Goddess of love, I ask of you. Guide me in my path, that is true. Harm none as love comes to me. This I ask, this it shall be. Hold that up for a second. Give you a minute to screenshot it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Whoop. All right, what is this one? Achievement. Win the award, the accolade, or the contract, the Philosopher's Stone, the power to manifest, powerful manifestation of one's wishes and goals by harnessing universal energy, the successful career, a happy working environment, pay raises, and promotions. Interesting to put that all in there, right? But we do say what love and abundance does go hand in hand. When you do feel love and you feel good about yourself, you are more likely to achieve things. And honestly, it's kind of like the most successful people are balanced out between their masculines and feminine energies. I mean, think of Tom Brady and his wife, right? She's a total witch, totally owns up to it. She's one of the, she makes more money than he does, right? Never know what you can accomplish when you have a pair for connection working in tune with you. But I would say, when you're going to do, if you're going to do that rose quartz candle love spell there, definitely be mindful that you do not put a specific person, right? Be mindful that you do not put a specific person in mind while you're doing that. You want true love, you have to open yourself up to the possibility that maybe you've been picking the wrong partners. Alrighty. And just fair warning, there is nothing more chaotic in this world than a love spell. I mean, there is no other chaotic energy in this world that fucking can make people want to dismantle entire societies and overthrow and topple governments more than love. Look at the Trojan War. So be careful. Be careful out there with what you're casting your intentions. Be mindful that it may not come in the way that you expect, and it may not be who you expect or what you expected at all, right? One of our famous ones that we do in the Coven the Silver Cord is Love's Guiding Light, and one of the last times we did that, a woman ended up pregnant, right? Greatest love of her life came from her, chose her, right after we did that ritual. So be careful. Remember, new moons are for seeds of intention. If you're going to do something else, go for that. All right, blessed be all those who walk these weird and winding paths with me. I love y'all, and I'm going to be back as soon as I can, I promise.